Kildunne still going. Got support if she wants it, doesn't need it.
To begin with, I was playing out with my neighbours at home, living in quite a rural area, so it was all about cops and robbers, TIG, whatever you can think of, we did it. One afternoon they were just going off to play rugby, and rather than being left at home alone, I just asked if I could tag along, and it just so happened that the coach had come over to pick them up, to take them down, and I ended up going. From then on, I absolutely loved it. I just remember a lot of boys turning around, laughing at the girl playing, and then not doing it at the end of the game when I've run around them and I've scored a few times. Being so young and in an environment where you're the person that's different to the others is something that stands out for me, definitely. There was a stage in my life where I was playing rugby league on a Saturday morning, football on Saturday afternoon, and then rugby union on the Sunday. It just kind of got to the point where I thought I'm going to have to take something seriously now, so I ended up going to Hartpury and leaving the football behind. I still love the sport. Whenever we've got a football out at training, I still love it. It's definitely helped me to be where I am today as well. It was my first year coming into under-20s from under-18s, and went to the trials, and they were really tough. I've been part of sevens as well, but was always told, we'd love you to play, but you're too young. When they said to me, oh yeah, we'd really like you to be in the team, I just said, oh yeah, thank you. I think it might have been Scott saying, is that it? And I was like, what do you mean? He said, we're saying you're part of the team. Just absolutely gobsmacked. Everyone was over the moon for me, as you can imagine, and I think we were all trying to understand what it meant, how much commitment I'd have to put into it. My mum gave me my A-level homework on my debut, and I ran across the pitch with biology books in my hand. So, yeah, it was done with the right people around me, and everyone definitely was happy for me. He'd actually said, "We know you play fullback," and at this point, I hadn't played fullback, and I just said, "Oh yeah, played bits here and there," and he said, "Oh, we want you to be playing as fullback," and then that's when I was like, okay, I need to do some learning. And I tell you what, I had some learning to do because I made a few mistakes on my debut and the one after. First time I touched the ball, I just remember catching the ball and thinking, fullbacks kick it back, fullbacks kick it back. And I booted it. I mean, it went straight off the pitch. And when I watched it back with the commentary, they were saying, oh, Emily Scarrett, this next girl coming in, and I booted it straight out, and it was a bit of like an awkward silence to say, oh, well, that wasn't that good. I came on at Twickenham. When I came on, within about 5 minutes, I got a yellow card. The yellow card happened, and I just stayed on the pitch and I looked at the ref, and he was looking at me weird, and I went, what now? He went, get off the pitch. Get off the pitch, because all I was thinking, because I'd never been carded before either, was football. You get 2 yellow cards and then you go off, and he kind of said, get off the pitch. So then I sat on the pitch and I was like, oh, okay. My packer then said, Ellie, smile, you're on camera. So I was like this, I was like, what? Looked directly at the camera and went like this. It glanced up and it was on the big screen for everyone to see.
With Ellie Kildunne on the naughty step down below us.
I thought, oh man, cheeky.
Kildunne. Still Kildunne. Kildunne goes over. She needs to put it down, and she does. England are rampant at Sandy Park.
I don't think I would ever be able to tell someone how to do what I do, because it is instinct and just moving off of how other people react, because you can't tell what they're going to do either. Practicing that and learning how people move with your movement, that's kind of how I get through and keep amazing myself as I hope amaze other people at the same time.
And some space as well. Kildunne stops and goes. Ellie Kildunne! Oh my word! What a score from the teenager!
I like the whole catch me if you can type thing, and it's not always raw speed around the outside. I've grown up and it's the world's greatest steps and rugby's best steppers, and that's always been something I've thought, I'm really impressed with that. You see boys at school being really impressed with that, and when you can move in a certain way, it's almost like a dance. It leaves people for dead when they're so close. I want to search greatest steppers, and amongst all the men, Riku, Anu, whoever you want to say, you've got women in there, and myself is in there as one of them, because I just think it's so cool to watch.
Kildunne stepping away towards that line. Ellie Kildunne, what a try that is, and that's why she is so highly rated.
Lukewarm is no good is basically a Roald Dahl quote that I found and my mum's ended up printing off in my bedroom. It basically means if you don't go at something at 100%, then you're not going to get absolutely everything you want from it. Everyone can do something at lukewarm. It's easy and it is hard to get out of that, but it's also easy to be in it. As years have gone, I've looked more into what my meaning is of it. I've twisted it and helped that mould a lot of my decisions and a lot of the things I do in life. I use it in everything I can do.